Hey everybody, it's Michelle with Being Me with Mickey Grace, and you guys just walked in on an outrageous conversation that I'm not even sure what it's about, but I think it's about sex, and I think it's about good sex. I'm just kidding. That's just taking it to a whole other level. I'm nervous today. I'm like excited because we just had Joey Ragona in the house, Joey D. I want to do a really big shout out to Donna and Anetta, my girls from our Superwomen Mastermind, and we are loving each other. Where's your coffee?
Yeah.
It's over there.
Okay.
And your quinoa.
Thank you.
I made an awesome quinoa today. It was really good. So what is up with you? How are you today? Can you tell the illness shindig has gone away? I'm healed. I'm feeling so much better. Life is awesome. Life is good. I hope it's good for you. It is a beautiful day outside. We did our show early today, as you can see, but we were a little bit late. But whatever. We had Joey Ragona on Meridius Radio today with the guys. I don't know if they've figured out what the name of their show is supposed to be. I think they should be asking you guys. But so let us start with our friendly banter. Here we go. I want to talk about my husband. I want to talk about powerful relationships today. And I've had quite an experience with Chris over the last few months. And when I share about, what we're going to be talking about today, which is kind of like a recap on the last 5 weeks of Being Me with Mickey Grace, you're going to see that transformation has also affected my relationship. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I want you to look at it in your own life. How is that showing up for you? How are your relationships right now? Are you hardly able to keep your hands? And I'm talking about, partnership. I'm talking about deep relationship. I'm talking about big love, as Hans Phillips and Desiree would say. What does that mean for you? What is that ultimate powerful relationship? What does that look like? And the relationships extend to your family life as well. And so I want to talk about Chris. I want to talk about the process that I've been through. And we went on a surprise date yesterday, and it was so awesome because the kids went to the circus with mom and dad, Chris's parents, and they had an amazing time. They rode an elephant, and they just had a blast. And so Chris came to pick me up because I was volunteering at the Yoga Loft, which is in Brampton. Check it out. It's a great place. And he came to pick me up, and he was like, okay, surprise date night. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to take it. And we went to our favorite place, which is Quality Sweets in Brampton. The most amazing fish, tandoori fish, and the most amazing veg thalis. And that's exactly what we ate yesterday with a little masala chai. It was awesome. And then we went to Bubble Republic to get some bubble tea. So I'm not making money from these places, just to let you know. I wouldn't mind, but yeah, I'm just sharing with you because we just had this awesome date night. And this question, what we were talking about yesterday was, now that I'm delving into the corporate industry and partnering with Money Plus Group. And that's actually what these guys are over here. Money Plus Group. This is with David Singh. I've been mentioning to you guys I was going to partner with him. I'm so excited to do that because he's a brilliant man. And I'm going to mentor with him. I'm going to learn from him. I'm going to soak up as much as I can because we are in a unique world right now. We are in a unique situation where more and more people are wanting to take control over their financial lives, over their lives in general. They understand, that either they've been duped or they've duped themselves, and let's all be responsible. That's exactly what's happened. And now we're waking up to that. You know what I mean? We're waking up to, I want to be in control of my financial life. I want to be in control of my own mindset. That's what this is all about. That's what Mickey Grace is about. That's what your life is about. That's what you're here to share with the world. And Money Plus Group is really the reason why I'm partnering with them, because they are an alternate banking solution for people that are tired of, doing things with the bank. They want to make their own money. They want to invest in themselves. They want to use alternative methods of transferring money or getting a loan or, using a credit card. It's an empowered way, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to share this with people because I'm going to be, one of those candidates. I'm going to be one of those people to live through example. So pretty exciting. And so that really puts us in a different space now with working with this corporation in particular, and with the movie productions and the film and television productions, with the web series that's going on. I'm going to be sharing with you my new partnership with Working Man Film, and check out that website. I think Cassie's going to be talking to me about it later. But, just these unique partnerships that are going to bring us to a different place completely, not only financially, but in terms of credibility in a business. If you're aligning yourself with credible business owners and really aligning yourself with a purpose, so it's like purpose-driven business. When you do that, how it shows up in your life is incredibly unique, nothing like you've seen before. So with that partnership, I'm going to be doing commercials now, which is so cool. I'm just going to share with you, and I will tell you, this is a commercial. Right now, I am trying to sell you this. I am trying to sell you that because I want to be honest with you, okay? Let's be real about commercials. Let's try to be straight with people. This is what I'm sharing with you right now. And I'm excited because this partnership, there's a purpose to that. And I've also had a request for commercials, believe it or not, because people have said that there's a lot of content in what I'm sharing with you guys, because I had this amazing text from a great person, Nicole B. I don't know if she wants me to share her information, but she quoted, this is what she sent me yesterday, and she said, "I've seen a couple of your shows. You are such a natural, no acting, no drama, just talking to me." And I thank you for your comments like that. I thank you for your testimonials, because that's my purpose. My purpose was just to share what I do. My purpose was just to share my process, because I don't want to hide this from anyone. I don't want to not be able to share this with the world. It's exciting to share this with the world. And I want to share this with you. And I'm happy that you guys are seeing that authenticity. I really honor that. I see that in you. I feel that in you. And that's how we incorporate the ontological approach with the intuitive approach. So really excited about that. But anyway, Chris and I were just, talking in the car during our date night, and, he said, we're doing well, and I feel like we're going to do better. And he looked at me and he said, was it worth it? Was it worth it for you? Was the pain, the contrast, the embarrassment, the shame, the guilt? I'm going to show you a book right now, and like, trust me when I say, like, this had so much to do with my process, my healing process. This is Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families. And before you turn this off because you're going to judge or whatever, everybody in some way may have a dysfunction, and we're not condemning people. We're not saying that you're touchy-feely or like, it's too much for you to take. We're not saying anything like that. We're not calling people emotional wrecks, but honoring the fact that, growing up, you built a context that protected you from certain things and stopped you from opening up, and, allowed you to have negative response to relationships, money, sex, drugs, rock and roll, you name it, right? These are all ways that our child life, to no fault of our own, no fault of our parents, no fault of our grandparents, just life being life. And then choosing to grow from that and propel ourselves forward to a new context, to a new world, to a new way of being, a new way of seeing. I didn't even know I was going to talk about this. This is a lot, eh, Cass?
Yes.
This is a lot. Sweet. Cassie is in the house. Everybody. I can't wait for you guys to meet this girl. Finally, we talk about her all the time. Many of you have met her. She's an integral role in my business. Let's get back on track. I keep on going from topic to topic because we could sit here all day, and we will. Chris is pretty excited and, like, was it worth it? Was it worth those challenges? And I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, it was worth those challenges. Hell yeah, it was worth, looking like the bad guy. Hell yeah, it was worth, um, you know, getting dirty looks from debtors or creditors or, people that, whatever our situation might have been, it was worth it. It was worth maintaining and working on and working in the battlefield in my mind. This is where it all took place. It all took place here in my mind and in my heart. And, figure out where it's happening for you. Is it happening in your heart? Is it happening, where is the battlefield? Where do you need to check yourself? Where do you need to recap and really look at, am I aligned here? Am I aligned in this place in my life? And really work at it. It is work, people. It's not easy. It's not easy to wake up in the morning and feel stress and then choose to see the well-being in the day. That's not easy. Okay? Sometimes it's easier for me than it is harder. Sometimes it's very challenging, And I have my own excuses for when it's challenging. Maybe it's my time of the month. That might be too much information for you, but whatever. Maybe it's during a full moon because I'm saying that it's going to be that. But like the whole premise, guys, is all about responsibility. This is my life. This is who I am in my life. This is my responsibility to feel a certain way. It is all on me. And that battlefield, was it worth it? Was it worth, working on it? When I show you my journals and the stuff that I've written and the poetry that I've expressed and the tears that I've shed and the feeling of depression and the lowest feelings ever, was it worth it now to know where I'm at with these incredible partnerships with people who I'm so synchronized with, I'm so powerfully aligned with, that I really believe in them. I really believe in them. I believe in me. I believe in the power of the universe. I believe in God. I believe that this is all possible. And, how does that show up for you? So was it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it. And I want you guys to ask yourselves that question. Is it worth it? Are you seeing the fruits of your labor right now? Are you? Are you seeing it? And the reason why I asked that is because there was a time when I had to ask that for myself because I was not seeing the fruits of my labor. And then I realized, a lot of that connection with not seeing the fruits of my labor to my actual mindset. Where is our mindset really? Are we lying to ourselves? I'm not going to look in your face and lie to you. I'm going to be authentic right now because there were times I've lied to myself. I personally know I'm carrying an extra 15 pounds right now, and if I want to be even more hot and sexy and comfortable, another 20 pounds. People are going to look at me being like, oh, that's crazy. That's too much. You're going to lose your curve, blah, blah, whatever. I know where I need to be at. And I'm the only one that's in charge. I'm the only one. Nobody's stuffing my face. Nobody's torturing me. Nobody's starving me. Nobody's telling me to look in the mirror and say that I need to lose another 15 pounds. I'm choosing that myself. So these are all ways that we take part in the battlefield in our mind. And you can call it a battlefield. You can call it a garden. You can call it whatever you want. But when I thought of saying it as a battlefield, what I meant was it's work. It's a full-time job. And the more that I meet successful people, because you know what, let's face it, some of you out there right now, some of you are business owners, some of you are like, Michelle, give me the meat and potatoes. Give me the real deal, Some of you guys are saying, tell me the actionable step that's going to get me to success. Well, I'm telling you right now because I'm living it and I'm observing it in the people that are super successful around me. They're doing a lot of things, but one of the biggest things that they're doing is focusing. They're focusing their energy. Now, this is important, okay? Because I'm going to share with you exactly what my commitment was. And it actually says this too, right? This was the hardest work. This is actually what I wrote today. The commitment to stay so focused on the big picture and not even blink, if possible, at the opinion of others. Okay? That's such deep commitment to my vision for my life that I could not even blink when other people, because when you do that, you start taking on their story. You start taking on their vision of you. You start and then it's like, who's in control now? Who's owning you? Whose bitch are you? You know what I mean? Like, who's controlling the mindset, how you're seeing yourself, right? And we're going to talk about how the process has happened over the last few weeks, because if you haven't listened to the other podcasts, I always strongly suggest listen to them in order, because you're evolving, I'm evolving right before your eyes, physically, mentally, the way that I'm speaking, all of it. It's happening live and in action. How sick is that? How cool is that? But participate in it. Ask yourself the same questions. You know, really, really think about how committed are you to your vision, and what is your vision? Do you even have a vision? Have you even written down what you like? What is the big vision for you? You know, is it to travel the world? Is it something smaller? Is it being a good mom? Is it being a good dad? Is it reconnecting with your parents? Is it owning your power? Is it having a successful and prosperous business? Is it aligning yourself with co-creators that are gonna fucking blow this shit up? Is that what's in your life? Is that what you want? You need to create that for yourself. You need to be so focused on that fucking vision, okay? I'm gonna swear today, and I know it's daytime, and my mom told me not to swear, but that's Cassie laughing. Because I mean it. I mean it. And as I said in my other podcast, when I mean it, that's why I'm swearing, because it's time. It's time for all of us to live this art of our life. What have you been putting off? What have you been saying that you're not good enough? Do you know how crazy is this? You can actually go to the website where I am now the official producer for Working Man Film. They are a company that you're going to hear about. We are going to own the web in terms of web series, because we're going to do this with such authenticity and an ontological, intuitive approach, where we are co-creating with like-minded individuals and making this something. You know what I mean? Making an impact, really, really creating in this world and building in this world. I'm checking myself out in the mirror here because I got all dolled up for you guys. You know, so anyway, I'm the official producer for them, and it's so funny how, you know, my feelings on it. I've watched myself and heard myself, and I'm so aware now. In the past, I did not allow myself to receive. I was so stuck in. Remember, we talked about it a few weeks back. In the first week, we were so stuck in that diarrhea story of ourselves. And you know the diarrhea story because you know it in all of your best friends, because every time they call you, they call to complain about that, the diarrhea story. You know, and I'm sorry to say, complaining is complaining is complaining. Is it in alignment? And I do it. I complain, I bitch and moan and complain. Ask my husband. He knows when it's on, you know, and it's a pain in the ass, and it doesn't feel good. And, you know, that's what's up. Be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. This is what the focus was. Who wants to know? Write this down. This is what the focus was. This is where you have to be focused. I love you so much. I love you so much that I will no longer hold your attention to me, or lack of attention to me, as the source of the same love that I have for you. I'm no longer going to look for that attention, okay? I'm going to create it myself. I'm going to feel it from within. I'm going to feel it from God's source energy. And if you don't believe that, whatever. Feel it from energy. Just feel energy, period. Be alive, you know? Whatever your thought process or belief. I love you so much that I will no longer hold your attention or lack of as the source of love that I have for you. You know, so whether you pay attention to me or not, I'm going to love you anyway. You know, I'm going to love you anyway. And I see myself doing this with my kids. And it's the funniest thing because they can't stay mad at me. They can't stay mad at me. They can say all the stuff that they want. It's hilarious. I'm like, you love me. You're like all loving me. So don't even try. You know, and should we say that to ourselves too? You know, even when you're putting yourself down, are you loving yourself? You know, how are you loving yourself? Ask yourself, can I love myself? So I'm going to continue on with what I said. This is the focus. This is where my focus has been and has had to be. And you can imagine, even just listening to it, how deep it's going. You can read one of those sentences, I love you so much. It has to be unconditional love. It has to be unconditional love for you. It has to be unconditional love for that thing, that person, whatever it is. It has to be unconditional. Because if you're going to wait for the conditions to just be right, then that's not love. That is not love. That is the negatory of love. All right? I will instead know my love for you. I will instead know my love for you, my love for me, because that's who I'm talking to, and that's who I rely on for that. My own love for you and the love that I know I have for myself, that's what the source becomes. That's where I'm going to hold myself. And I'm not talking about just relationships because, see, when I use the word love, immediately you're like, oh, relationship or lover or what have you. But it could be friendship. It could be a relationship with money. It could be your relationship with your home and with your surroundings. It could be your relationship with your in-laws. It could be your relationship to food. That's a whole other avenue. That's what this is about, guys. That's what Miki Grace is about. If you're going to step into Miki Grace, if you're going to listen to this stuff, be ready to like get in there deep with yourself. This is how the shift happens. This is how transformation happens. This is how we grow. This is where it begins. Do you feel that fire in the pit? Do you feel that fire? Do you feel that fire? Yeah. Right there, right? Yeah. That is where it's at. That is the type of focus that you must have. So because the love from within is the infinite kind, and that's the stuff that Einstein talked about. This is what I'm trying to say to you. It doesn't matter what your belief system is. It's an energy, you know? It is pure love energy. No matter where you go, no matter who you listen to, who you believe in, pure love is the energy, right? Pure. And the closer that I get to that, the closer I get to unconditional, meaning I'm no longer going to rely on you. I'm no longer going to rely on my tea. I'm no longer going to rely on the weather. I'm no longer going to rely on my computer to respond in a way. I'm going to instead be in choice and choose my own feeling. So I'm no longer going to rely on the circumstances that surround me or the people or the places or the things or my circumstances or my financial situation to determine how I choose to feel. Did you get that? Did you get that? Like, did you feel that? I'm no longer going to let my circumstances, my situation, my experience to affect how I feel. I am instead going to decide. Today, I want to feel prosperous. Today, I want to be joyful. Today, I want to be in bliss. Today, I want to be in ecstasy. Today, I want to be joyful. Today, I want to have fun. Today, I want to love life. Today, I want to grow. Those are all the things. So there's power in that. And again, instead, you are choosing. This is, we're continuing on, right? This is the message in the battlefield. This is the message in the grid. This is the message in the shift. This is the message that we're going to be replaying in our mind. You know, to be independent, I have to love life regardless. I have to choose. Like, it is my choice. So I choose to feel appreciative. I choose to feel love. I choose to feel well-being. You know, and then I lived it. That is exactly what I did. I followed those steps and then I lived it. And it was the coolest thing. So let's look at, so we're going to do a little commercial break right now. I think that would be a good time. Yeah, Cass?
Yeah.
Commercial break. Here we go. So, you know, in terms of commercials, we're just going to be showcasing Miki Grace and maybe a little info about MPG till we get some creative stuff. I was talking to Mai Nguyen from 9C Marketing yesterday and talking with Cassie Holder from her VA business as well. And we're going to be partnering and doing some really creative stuff in marketing, not only for Miki Grace, but also for MPG and all of our partnerships with producers. And it's going to be sick. It's going to be sick because, again, it's about being. It's not about, you know, like wearing so many hats. It's about living. It's about being the example, you know? So here's the commercial. Dun, 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 dun. June 9th, Prosperity 101, Prosperity 102. We're going to be sending out some more information on it. I think I kind of shared a little bit about Prosperity 101 in my recent recording. Yeah, Cass?
Yes.
Yeah, so check it out. You could, can you put that on Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah, so Cassie's going to put that YouTube video on Facebook.
Already it's on the fan page. Yeah.
On the fan page. Perfect. It's on the fan page. Go check it out. I talk about Prosperity 101 and a little bit about Prosperity 102, but basically it's going to be an amazing day. I'm holding it here in my home. So it is a very limited number of people. We're going to have it catered if you want to participate in the catering part of it. It's just going to be an extra $10 that you're going to just pay separately for a boxed lunch. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but Janelle Holder from, what's the name of her company? J Holders Catering Company is going to be in charge. So I'm excited, and Cassie. And then so Prosperity 101 is going to be in the morning, and that's really about finding your essence. And, you know, I can't even tell you how powerful that is. I mean, I've shared about it so many times before, the power of being in your essence, the power of living in your essence. It's about alignment, guys. That's what this is all about. And the moment that you can start really aligning with your words that define the essence that you present when you're around people, love, warmth, welcoming, open, caring. What are your words? You know, I'm sure you want to find out. Prosperity 101, very ridiculously affordable. If you want details, email at mikigracecoaching@gmail.com, and we will be sending out, you know, either Eventbrite or some kind of invitation so you guys can purchase your ticket to go to that. It's going to be off the hook. It's going to be amazing. Then in the afternoon, we're going to be having Prosperity 102. It's likely going to start around 2 o'clock or so. If you can't make it, 102 is for graduates of 101, so people can actually stay for the full day, and there's a full day cost that will include the food. Again, we can send you the details on that. And June 10th is actually the Sunday, and that's going to be Karmic Coaching Advanced 101, Prosperity 101. So those are for people that have taken 101, as well as people that are part of the Karmic Coaching community. Really, anybody can come, but we're going to be just talking more about implementing essence in business, since that's the business edition. June 15th is going to be passionate relationships. Speaking of passionate relationships, I got to finish my conversation about Chris because it's just been awesome with him. I'll get into that after. But yeah, so passion parties with Akua Hines, and we're going to have some jewelry people that we still haven't found all of the details of who exactly it's going to be, but should be a lot of fun. It's going to be in the evening, June 15th. If you want to come to that, ladies only. We're going to be talking about relationships. We'll probably have one with the guys another time, but this one is going to be for ladies only. And June 15th, starting at 10 o'clock, is going to be Le Salon with Miki Grace. And if you watched my previous episode, you know what that's about. I think it was episode 3 that I talked about it. I think episode 3. So Le Salon, in case you missed what Le Salon is about, it was recommended to me years ago by Hans Phillips when he basically said you should be doing your intuitive coaching, you should be doing your intuitive reads on people. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And he said you should have like look up Le Salon. And if you guys look it up, if you Wikipedia it, you'll see that it started in the boudoirs and the salons of these very wealthy, very experiential, very, I call them sensuous because I feel like they must have been, even though they were part of the bourgeoisie, and they would have these, like there were specific women that would have these events in their homes and invite inventors, right? Invite artists and writers and politicians and just people of influence, and just gather this like array of people and just have them come into the home and just party and drink and whatever. Like we're going to be doing whatever. So, if you're not down with stuff, relax. We're going to be drinking. We're going to be enjoying life. I'm not saying it's going to be like a scene out of a movie where we're going to be doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're not that alternative. People like calling me alternative. That's cool with me, man. Alternative banking solutions with MPG, alternative life with Miki Grace. Hey, you can say whatever you want because it's your life. It's your life. So June 15th is Le Salon with Miki Grace. It should be tons of fun. And Money Plus Group, what is that about? How can you learn more and what we're planning? Keep on the lookout. I'm not going to do any deep seating today. As I said, you're always going to know when I'm doing a commercial. So it just so happens that Money Plus Group is a serious partnership, and seriously in partnership with Miki Grace and Associates. It's a beautiful thing. I am so appreciative to David Singh for this incredible opportunity and all his partners at DPSI and Money Plus Group. It's going to be bomb. We're going to be meeting with them again on Tuesday, so keep a lookout for that. For this karmic coaching, by the way, what we're going to be discussing, I'm almost done with my commercials, is the business first quarter review. Where are you at? Where are you at, people? Where are you at? What is your business like right now? What's going on? Where do you need some boosting? Because I'm here to boost. I'm here to add. I'm here to plus you. And I know you're here for that for me too. I love your feedback. I love when people respond. I love when people say this is authentic. I love when people ask questions. I am here for you. This is serious coaching. This is serious ontological, intuitive, you-based coaching live. Check it out. Share it with people. All right. So yeah, with karmic coaching, we're actually going to do a business feedback tool and watch as we do this with others. It's a specific tool. You'll actually leave with the tool, or I'll email it to you to save some trees. And you're going to see people gain serious value in dollars. I mean, people are going to give recommendations. People are going to be giving referrals. It's amazing. It's a cool feedback form that was created by an insurance company, and it turned that company into a multi-millionaire company. And be on the lookout because we're going to be doing this. Cassie, myself, with Miki Grace, we're going to be using the business feedback tool to reach out to you, my people, and, start implementing this feedback. This is a different way of doing business. We are reinventing the way to do business. There's a lot of shit out there that does not work. Obviously, look at the economy. I don't watch the news. And I don't want to hear about it. I don't care, because I'm more committed to the bigger vision of what the economy is going to be for all of us, because it's already happening. People are more aware. People are conscious. It's already starting. And that's the bandwagon that I'm going to play on. That's the bandwagon that I'm going to be partying and feting up and down the streets. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I want to play. That's where I want to play. So really, we're also going to be talking about what's up with Miki Grace and what does it mean to partner up. Well, I just want to share a brief intro to this because I want to talk about this more in the next show. I'm going to have Cassie come on soon because we got to do our last portion for Miki Grace. I'm so excited. We didn't even get to talk about some other stuff, but I think there's a lot right now. So what's up with Miki Grace and what does it mean with partnering with us? Well, what I mean by that is Years ago, I took a course with dollar makers. Okay. And if you please Google it, I fully believe in Robin Elliott. I think he's got tremendous value in what he teaches. It's dollar makers. I'm going to do a shout out right now because I'm sure I'm going to be reaching out to him at some point in time. He was a previous amazing mentor of mine as well. Extremely professional, extremely graceful, and has an amazing family. Rika Elliott, wonderful, wonderful lady, part of the women's program with dollar makers. And, you know, he taught about joint venturing. He taught about partnership and what that has done for his business. And he literally has these streams of income because of these joint ventures that he has with other individuals. And that's really what Mickey Grace is about. It's really cool. I'm realizing that the associate in Mickey Grace is an associate is are the people that I'm partnering with. So they are the producers, they are MPG, they are David Singh, they are Akua Hines, they are Cassie Holder, they are all these people who are impacting my life in many ways. And I want that with my clients. I truly do. Whether you're part of my group coaching program, which by the way is coming up. This is a commercial, so if you don't want to hear this, avert your ears. But we do have a few more spaces left in the group coaching program. It is a sick group of people, guys. If you are in business for yourself, if you are involved in a project where you are wanting to, get some direction, if you are involved in, producing or writing, we have some key players here. Cassie, can you do me a favor? Can you clear that on the screen? You just got to press the X. Do you think you can do it, or do you want to call Oliver? Sorry, guys. Partnering, just press the X in the middle of that thing.
Sorry about that, guy.
Yeah, excuse me. Just bounce it. You got to press down. Press down on it. There you go. Yeah. Hey, I know you guys saw me the whole time, but I couldn't see myself. So it just feels weird. So yeah, partnering, having these joint ventures with people, that's what I do. And that's what I've been realizing, eh, Cass?
Yes.
With Mickey Grace and Associates. Those are the associates. Those are the associates. It's you guys, whoever I'm coaching, whatever business I'm partnering with, whatever corporation, whatever school, there's a lot of cool synchronicities that I'm feeling. And that is, I feel, a big component of looking at business in the cooperative standpoint. How can I plus you? How can I make this more valuable for you? How can I bring my value to the table? What brings value? And I feel that this is a huge component of, partnering with people like David Singh. He said to me the other day, why would I want to partner with you and have you not continue to gain celebrity? And by celebrity, that's a word that has a lot of connotation. But what he meant by that was, I want to make an impact. I want to share this vision with the world. I want to reach out there, and it's my choice, and I'm reaching out. And sometimes that creates, great exposure. And he said, why would I want for you to stop that? Why would I want for you? And the reason is because, I am partnering up with Money Plus Group. And it's like, no, that is what synchronous relationship, that is what co-creating is about. Because, and if there's anything that I learned from dollar makers, is learning to choose your JV partners and really lining up with the feelings with them. And you know what? Do we make mistakes? Sure. Are there people that we've partnered with in the past that maybe we wouldn't have chosen to do that now? Of course. But like I said in another one of my podcasts, I'm really glad that I watch them too, and I review them as well. But what I said in another podcast is, what I value about myself and Chris is that we really look to maintain good relationships with previous joint venture partners and people that we've done business with, because life is too short to hold a grudge. Life is too short to be angry about shit, and the world is a small place, and there's a lot of ways and reasons why people enter our lives. It goes back. We just came full circle. Did you guys see that? We just came full circle to the fact that, At the end of it all, it's maintaining that degree of expectation, it's maintaining that degree of mindset, it's maintaining that love for yourself and love for others, and the love for a bigger vision that would hold you in a place that you don't need to, destroy somebody's life because you disagree with what they have to say. Doesn't that make sense? Get over it. Get over it. So what, you guys didn't partner well together? Get over it. Like, let it go. Let it go. And but that's what I learned from Dollar Makers is maintaining those relationships, understanding that this world is small, and understanding that what a good JV is. What is a good joint venture? What is a good partnership with people, and partner with yourself. Next week, I just want to give a little plug-in of what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about channeling what, aligning what with who. Yes, people, who do you want to align with in energy? Whose wealth do you want to attract? What type of wealth? You know what I mean? You're not taking it away from them. You're going to be aligning yourself with their energy in a very powerful way by aligning with yourself. And then you're going to learn to take that energy and create a vision for your life that matches that wealth or that love or that whatever. This is a new process that I'm trying. I just thought of it today, and I'm just like, why not, align myself with the energy of Steve Jobs and apply that to my business? Why not align myself with the energy of Sir Richard Branson? And how do you do that? Man, there's so many ways that you can do that. So many ways that you can do that. We can talk, juju energy stuff, or we can talk sit down and meat and potatoes stuff, what are the actionable steps that you can make? Exciting stuff. That's what we're going to be talking about next week. Right now, I'm going to be inviting Cassie to the stage. Come join me, Cass. Come join me, Cass. I'm getting lots of calls. There's a lot of activity for me right now.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. This is Cassie Holder.
So I'm finally live and direct with Miki Grace on her amazing radio show called Being Me with Miki Grace. And
You're so
I just want to give you a big hug now, babe.
Oh, love you, girl.
Love you too, hon.
Here's your tea. I'm going to set this up for you.
Thank you very much.
There you go. There's your tea, my darling. Enjoy it. Oh, wait. Cheers. Cheers. We were going to have strawberries, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm. We'll have our strawberries after.
Mm-hmm. Today is actually, I'm excited. I'll share with you guys, but we do a goddess retreat. Thank you. That is good. We do a goddess retreat. We're actually planning to have this maybe twice a month initially until we really plan out our year. And, you can call it whatever you want, but partner with the people that are your resources and really lay out a vision. That's something that I've learned from every mentor that I've grown with is really creating the vision for ourselves. And we talk about it all the time in so many ways. And it's not only about talking about it, it's about implementing it. And what I love about how we're implementing it, I just want to say this, is that there's such allowing and such flexibility and such balance and love and integrity and quickness. You're noticing that.
Yeah, the acceleration.
Can you share with me what the acceleration that you're feeling, and try to look at the screen too at the same time.
So the acceleration.
We got to learn about staging ourselves, and it's so funny. Okay, go.
So we have been seeing a lot of acceleration in terms of my own partnership with Michelle Miki Grace, and also Miki Grace and Associates is where we are really coming from, I would say, this deep alignment with each other in terms of our own essence. Because recently I was introduced to, I always say, the flavor of my essence at Michelle's first Prosperity 101 workshop. And at her workshop, my whole essence is about depth, about beauty, about care, about power and wisdom. So where I'm seeing a lot of acceleration in terms of the powerful transformation I'm having with Michelle is the depth that we are choosing to come from in terms of building this amazing freedom-based business. And it's, let me tell you something, it's totally unique, different. Sometimes we ourselves can't
Yeah.
comprehend it with our our mind, but in terms of our essence, we are really accessing that place where we come from, our true essence, really in true alignment.
It's very authentic.
It's very authentic, it's very real.
Yeah.
It's like words can't even explain sometimes. So like I'm seeing a lot of acceleration in terms of Michelle, how we are meeting up just the other day. Michelle, you just called me and Michelle is like, I'm coming to see you now, girl. So, it's like a quickening, like she said, it's like
Yeah.
it's like bang, bam,
Yeah.
bam.
Yeah.
It's like, that
Yeah.
constant, I would say that constant
Co-creative
co-creative
force.
force that is really happening. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it's
Michelle,
nice.
like Michelle mentioned in one of her episode, it's all about the shift. Let's really leverage the shift, because this shift is even happening outside of our finite mind, outside of our limited context of what we have always been taught in the past, right? So yeah, it's like amazing, amazing, amazing energy is taking place between Michelle and I. And like I said, a lot of depth. And I'm seeing where my essence is just being mirrored through the work that I do with Michelle.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it's just having such a
Good.
allowing space. And like she said, it's also about receiving, allowing ourselves to receive now. Yeah, the fruits of our labor.
Awesome. So you guys know, I've been wanting Cassie here for a while, and we finally got her. Yay! Thank goodness. And so I wanted to bring her on because, we've been talking a lot about In Bed with Miki Grace and what In Bed with Miki Grace is about. So what's your thought on In Bed with Miki Grace? And then I'll share my poem and kind of like, So you tell me what you think it is.
So, In Bed with Miki Grace, it's all about, like I said, you see, I'm going back to essence again, depth, depth, depth. That's what's really coming up right now.
Nice.
And In Bed with Miki Grace is all about, we dive in deep, we dive in, how they really say, success is just the tip of the iceberg, because, as a captain looking out on the sea, right? You're approaching this iceberg, but you only seeing the tip. But below that depth of everything is where the huge mass. That's where the huge growth is.
Yeah.
So
Feel that deep.
yeah, that is it's about depth, diving deeper. Opening up to greater alignment, greater expansion. So. In Bed with Miki Grace is like really all about depth, diving deeper, willing to
Be
be vulnerable, willing to open up and honor honor our where we are at on our process, on our journey. So in Bed with Miki Grace is just being raw, naked, real.
Naked. I like that. Raw.
It's like we're naked.
I love it.
It's like
Yeah, like when are you
we're
your
real,
most
just being real, right?
That is being real.
Just being real.
That is being me with Miki Grace.
Grace.
That's what it is. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. So you're gonna interview me now?
Yes. So
Okay.
I just want to get a hold of my little cute notebook over there.
Okay, I think you're gonna have to go get it.
Yeah. So
yeah.
excuse me. Guys.
No, that's okay. So while we're doing that, I will share with you actually. So yes, that is what Miki Grace is all about, and I like being raw. I like, I understand that, there's a time and place for everything. And, even when we opened up the call, we were talking about sex and just, really funny things like that and nice things like that. And, but it's also about art, and being, in bed with Miki Grace. I eventually want to interview, big time producers and actors and performers and business people, and really delve into the art that is their life, because I firmly believe that that life is an art. We've been talking about it over the last few weeks. We've really been sharing about what that process has been. I didn't even go through the process, by the way.
Yeah.
So much talking. Oh my gosh. We'll do it next time. We'll do our update next time.
Yeah.
But you know, like it's all part of that process of understanding ourselves, you know, and the art of your life is how you're living, how you're creating. So that's really how deep I want to get with people. I want to get beyond, you know, like when people are saying to me, like, we are going to have the whole panel of Working Man Film, and I'll get Cassie to make sure she puts up that website on there, because it's a really cool website. And they, you know, I was so excited about what they said about me. I'll have to pull it up again next time, but they said something like, I'm out of the box. Like, as a producer, I'm out of the box because
she's
I'm
not
even
in the box.
Like, you don't have to even think about, you know, out of the box thinking, because I'm not even in the box. And, you know, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about, you know, when people from Working Man Film, what is their intention? What do they want? Why do they want to be the web series, you know, people, the web-based television, film, you know, place to be? And what does that look like? Just like with MPG, like, what is the point of that? Like, what is David's intention for this? What is his big vision, you know, and living that? And that's where I want to go deep. That's what I want to talk about. So shall I read one of my poems?
Yes.
Okay. So this is one of my recent poems, and then you can go ask your questions. Yeah. This one's called Lights Emerging. So, you know, really connect with this, you know, feel it, guys. Lights emerging, drawing me in. Sounds of mercy I've given myself. Now that I'm clean, resistant, free, releasing hate only had for myself. I took of the chalice that said I would save, and drank of the wine I knew would mean none. To now only see the lights, the brightness of all, having made my bed and slept in it, having taken the blows, having nowhere to go, strike a match and hold it over my head, 'cause miracles are happening tonight. It's intense, right?
Yes.
I think it's also the way I read it, but sometimes it's interesting. I was just listening. I just want to share this, you know, because we're going to talk about channeling next time, right?
Yeah.
And aligning with energies. And I was just listening to a recording. It was an Abraham Hicks recording, and they were talking about drumming and just, you know, the non-physical energies of people, past drummers and creative forces. And that's what I want to talk about. And sometimes in my poetry, I feel like, I mean, it just comes out of me completely. You know, it's like source energy just fully, like, just expressing itself. I don't even have to edit. I don't even have to, you know, think about what I'm saying, because, and again, it's also because of how I feel about my poetry. Like, you know, it's not that I could care less if people like it or not. It's not that. It's just, you know, I'm expressing it because I must. I'm expressing it because that's part of my purpose in this world. So
Great stuff.
yeah, I'm ready. Ask your questions. Okay. I hope they're juicy.
So,
I hope they're juicy.
Like, one of the questions I have for you right now, and you can, you know, share more in terms of like our alignment, you know, because you mentioned that, you know, it's all about like being in our essence, and you know, you said like being in our essence is about, you know, alignment. So like, why is alignment important in order for us to create the life of our dreams?
That's such a deep question. There you go. That's good. That's a good question, because alignment is being in essence with who you really are. Okay. And I want you to imagine, I say this to my kids all the time. This is the best way to say it. If you can imagine a needle pointing in the direction of that which you want. Okay. So I'm kind of stuck here. So needle pointing in the direction of that what you want. Okay, that which you want. And I say this to my kids all the time. When they're not feeling it, when they're not feeling good, when they're not in alignment with themselves, when they're not in their essence, when they're in their survival mechanism, in their shadow, in their dark place, whatever you want to call it, they are not aligned with that which they want. They know that they're going in a very different direction. They have chosen to do this. They have chosen to feel this way. It has nothing to do with a circumstance or whatever they're observing. It is their own powerful choice. And I try to get them on it right away. And then by doing that, I learned for myself that when I'm doing that too, when I'm going away from the energy. So like if I'm choosing, you know, in this moment, I look at this room and I'm like, oh man, it's cluttered and da da da. And then I could focus on that. I can totally focus on that. But is that bringing me any closer to a decluttered room? No, it's not actually. It's not. I can actually choose to see, wow, first of all, it's a beautiful room.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. Like, it's a beautiful room, first of all. And second of all, these experiences of contrast, going back to what we talked about at the very beginning of this call, it's like the experience of contrast creates more diversity. It creates more dreaming. It creates more of that alignment. It creates more of that co-creativity. So alignment is hugely important. That is the battlefield of the mind I was talking about. That is the grid. That is the source of all of this. That is where the work is aligning yourself with that which you really want, and knowing that when you stray away from it, when you're feeling shit, when you feel like crap, when you're just, uncooperative, judgmental, blah, 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 whatever it might be, the blah, blah, blahs, you are not in alignment. You are facing the other way right now. So catch that rocket, decide to align yourself. And, it's practice. It's practice. We talk about this all the time. It's a muscle, We've learned to do certain things that remove our alignment. We've learned to respond certain ways to people that does not allow us to be aligned. We've allowed them to project their vision of how they think about us to color our own opinion of ourselves. That's it. That's my answer. That's my answer. I think we have about maybe 5-10 minutes. Yeah,
okay,
girl.
so just the
Was that good? Do you
yeah, I liked how you were really honing on like you literally give us that demonstration. It's like, the needle is pointing this direction, but like when we off course, we're choosing to step out of staying in alignment
exactly
in order to create the life.
And
of
there's
our
so
dreams,
many there's so many other ways of looking at it, and you choose your own way to estimate that. You choose your own measurement, right?
True.
If you want to use the Bible, use the Bible. You want to use the Quran, use the Quran. You want to use the Torah, use the Torah. You want to use the Bible according to Michelle Bacani Lim, then do that. Like it's you. It is your choice. It is your choice for how you create that alignment for yourself. But if deep down inside, and I'll give you a really deep example that you might not even think of, right? If you feel that eating chocolates every day is not gonna allow you to be fit, if you have a past judgment or past mindset or thought that eating chocolate every single day is really actually bad for you, and you get cavities and you get fat or whatever your judgment might be, I guarantee that if you're doing that every day, then you're probably living into that same possibility. You're living into that same frame of mind. You're aligning yourself with that same thought pattern. And there's so many coaches out there, aren't there, that help by drawing attention to your gaps in prosperity, your gaps in relationship. That's where these powerful coaches are finding their niche markets, because they're seeing that, if I can help you to get into alignment. And here's the thing, guys, there's so many ways to look at this. You can approach this from every other coach, every other guru, every other book that's been written. You could do it from an ACA standpoint. You could do it from the Bible standpoint. You could do it from Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, all of the people that you might admire or believe in. You might apply that, but whatever it is, do whatever you have to do to finally wake up to the fact that this is a job. Like this is how you are creating your life. Yeah.
Yeah, so true.
Lots of content.
I
know. Keep going.
Okay, so Michelle, what I the next, it's sort of like a question, but then sort of like, really asking you for sort of like a tool like we can use to stay in alignment. I know you provided the powerful stance last episode, but like for this episode, can you give us another tool that can help us to really stay within that mindset?
Absolutely. I think,
to,
yeah.
always create those powerful alignments day by day, moment by moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna share it with you because we talked about it last week, which is the power and possibility cycle. And I don't expect you to see this because you won't be able to. So if you want it, just check on our Facebook page and
Yes.
email Cassie or myself. And but this is the power and possibility cycle, and I want you guys to create your own, and I really want you guys to listen, and I'll share my example through my own example of how I would use this tool, okay? Because ask for it, come and get it. This was created by Hans Phillips. It's a phenomenal tool, and sometimes you'll have a tool in your house from maybe a talk that I've done, or maybe you attended a networking meeting where I shared a process with you. And I always invite you to put it up. And that's why you see this like sticky tape on the back of it, because this is always up in my office. And visual displays are so hugely important. I mean, that's a big tidbit already.
Yes.
Visual displays are hugely powerful. And in the same way, sorry, my kids are at the door.
The boys, yeah, we just...
They're at the door. So, in that same way, you might have this posted in your house, and it might mean something completely different to you the next time that you're here, right? That might happen for you. And so that's where, hold on, baby, don't shake the table. That's where, it becomes more powerful for you when you start seeing a new way to apply it. So let's look at this power and possibility cycle. And, it says vision, like belief in yourself. That's the first step. Can you guys close the door? Can you let them get out? Sorry, because they're leaving soon. Oh, wrap. Am I wrapping now? No. Oh, okay, cool. So casual, Meridius Radio. So believe in yourself. This is the first part, right? And if you look at our journey over the last 5 weeks, that was kind of the first part, which was getting rid of the diarrhea story and then believing in yourself, right? And then the vision and believe. What does that mean? Prepare positively. This is the first area of the power and possibility cycle. And again, you'll get it when you ask for it. Prepare positively for the future. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, wellness, well-being. We talked about that too in the first 2 weeks. Body, mind, spirit, family. It was so amazing the other day. I want to share this in a deep way. Chris, held me, and sometimes I feel a little bit overwhelmed. Sometimes I feel a little bit, excited. I think more, not overwhelmed. I want to say excited, because sometimes that's really what I'm feeling. Just knowing that I'm very much on the leading edge of what's happening in my life. Like I'm right there, and Chris was holding me, and I was just like, this is so what I needed. And he's like, that's what I'm here for, is to give you what you need. And I like, man, that just was like the best thing I had ever heard. And it was just so beautiful. And it's not about, not creating boundaries and being dependent and codependent. That's not where I was coming from at all. And I know that's not where Chris was coming from. It was coming from a space of, I know what I need right now in terms of feeling comfortable and feeling secure and feeling, in well-being in my relationship. And so that's what that's about. Body, mind, spirit, family. To be in high performance, you stay in the flow. You are in well-being for yourself. Okay. And then leave room for problems. Smile, balance, and positivity. The lighter I get about this, you're laughing.
Yeah.
Why is it funny?
No, because I'm just saying when you said leave room for problems, smile, right?
Yeah.
So
and then you smile.
when the contrast happens, you just smile.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes it's not easy to see that. And sometimes we need our soulmates and people that are going to support us and understand to say, you can do this. It's going to be okay. And that's who you are for me.
Yes.
You really believe in the big vision of Miki Grace.
Yeah.
And that's my husband for me, and my other soulmates who are so important in my life that have allowed me to be in this place right now. And the next step is balance and positivity. I already said that. The lighter I get about this, the better it's going to go. So I was in that place, a few weeks back when I got sick, right? So I'm placing myself in this schedule so you can also learn how to place yourself. Because when you can place yourself and see, the lighter I get about this, the better it's going to go. When I can place myself on that cycle and I can see, oh, my next step is really lead and succeed, empower others, quash fear, positive impact on myself and others in our world. And I believe I'm in that state right now with Miki Grace.
Yes.
Like with this show specifically, this is what this is about. It's about empowering others through my own personal example, through sharing my process with it and sharing cool tools that will help you. So I hope that was good. I think that's a really good tool.
So
yeah.
Like Michelle said, you can email us at mikigracecoaching@gmail.com to get that cool tool to keep us in alignment every day, because Michelle and I, as we were just going over our just sharing with each other like our amazing transformations and what is happening in terms of our own personal life and business. Michelle was just going more into, really creating a power and possibility cycle for yourself, so that you really, you really merge it with, your own life and also your business, because I think it's also a really great tool to use in, building whatever business
Absolutely.
you're currently in right
all
now.
the tools are like it's all in all areas of your life. Yeah. So a few more minutes. Do you have a few more questions for me? Maybe
Michelle,
one or two.
I want you to just give us a little more on, co-creating with other powerful entrepreneurs,
Okay.
and how, how has our, co-creative efforts, help take Miki Grace to that next level.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. So I'll share with you first. Like with Cassie, I think one of the ways that we talked about this earlier, where it's like we've been so committed to that big vision, and like touching more people's lives and impacting other people and, creating an amazing, exciting, passionate life for ourselves, like a prosperous life for ourselves, and when you have that vision and you hold it so deeply in your heart, and there are these co-creative people that I'm working with where I feel it, man. I know when I'm in that co-creative space. It's like right here in your gut, and you're like, this is on. Like you just feel it. I say that I do the Cosby, the Bill Cosby, like, like it's just this feeling when you're just, that you're in complete alignment with this individual. And what I feel that the power that you and I have is like, she just completely believes in me. She listens to the content again and again, and is able to pull out these nuggets that are so powerful. And sometimes I don't see that. And you have this like very big vision for where this can go. And, and then in other areas, like for example, with David Singh, he has this extremely powerful belief in MPG and its ability to help a lot of people and really change the view of money and being in control of your own money and choosing alternative banking solutions. And when he talks about it, it's the same thing. I really feel it. I'm like, wow, this is powerful stuff. And it's that co-creative feeling that you get. It's just like, with this show, it's just this feeling, this excitement. Every time I'm about to get on this show, I'm like, I'm excited to share this. That's the co-creative, vibe. That's what it is. That's the alignment. And when you have that alignment, you truly become unstoppable. I have this with Akua Hines, who I'm writing this incredible script with in the same way. And people ask like, oh, you're wearing so many hats. Oh, you're juggling so many things. No, I'm not. I'm living my life. I'm living my life. I love writing. I'm passionate about media. You know what I mean? Like, I love speaking to people. I love using my coaching art. I love living my life of art. I'm not wearing a lot of hats. I'm living me. I'm being me. That's what I'm doing. That's what the co-creative process is. And you'll see that in every creative, incredible entrepreneur, like successful entrepreneur. I see it in the people I'm rubbing elbows with now. You see them. They just have this like serious vision. Okay. And that's all that matters. That is the focus that they need.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Cool. Yeah. Anything else?
And I just want to, thank you for today.
For sure.
Thank you for being here. Being me with Miki Grace.
You're so welcome. Is that it for my tough questions?
Yes.
Wow.
I just want to share
That's
how
not
much,
bad.
Michelle has. I don't know. I always tell her this every time. I don't know, how I would say miraculous our interaction, our friendship, our relationship, our
Cool.
business, our business partnership has been, because I've met Michelle when I just you know um immigrated to Canada with my parents, and since from 2007 to up until this present time, I have really, really, expanded in terms of my possibility thinking. I was like really, you know, um, you know, led gently. How there's a saying, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
That's true.
Merrily, 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 life's about a dream, right? So that is how my
That's our theme song.
experience has been with Mickey Grace, and I just wanna, share with everyone, how
Aw,
wonderful she
you're
is.
wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you
It's a
so much,
love
Michelle.
fest. So thank you so much, guys. I think we're gonna start wrapping now. It's been an amazing, amazing session. Check us out on Facebook, Mickey Grace, a haven of inspiration to create the life of your dreams. Check us out on Ustream as you are now, Meridius Radio. My sincerest thanks to the producer of this show, Oliver Manalese.
Thank you, Oliver.
Yay!
Take
So
care.
we'll see
Bye,
you guys next time,
everyone.
everybody.